Hello to anyone watching this. My name is Frances and welcome to my first official YouTube video, starting off my brand new YouTube channel. Yes, I will admit that I have tried to make a YouTube channel before and failed horribly. I think it's the right time to start it back up because if you don't know, I am currently a senior at Seattle University studying communication and media, specifically with a specialization in journalism, and I also study film. And for my senior capstone course, which is basically this independent study sort of thing that you can plan a project around just about anything that encapsulates or culminates your entire sort of education of communication and media here at Seattle U. And like I said, it can literally be anything. I kind of went into it thinking I wanted to make a documentary, didn't know what the documentary was going to be about, but I ended up choosing the topic media literacy because that is something I'm super passionate about and something that I have dedicated like my entire academic career to studying. So I thought, why not make something surrounding that, you know, gathering interviews, talking to people and experts about media literacy, how much they know about media literacy, and the implementation of media literacy education within like a public school standard around the country. I went into my capstone class thinking that was going to be my pitch, and I did. I presented it to my whole class, and then my professor told me that I should consider making a YouTube channel about that, and I really liked that idea. And well, obviously here I am doing it now, but I guess when it comes to media literacy, I think it would make so much more sense given the accessibility of YouTube, the length of the videos. It would just be much more impactful and effective, I think, if I did make these YouTube videos, you know, educating my virtual audience on media literacy, what exactly media literacy is, and how media literacy like really influences so many things in our lives. And I am super excited to get started on that. I'm really excited for it to be my capstone project, and I'm really excited to try this new thing. I've always wanted to make videos somehow. I've always felt very passionate about being behind the camera, but now it's interesting being in front of the camera. This will be quite a learning experience. I'm really excited for all the different topics that I'm going to cover with it, and I'm super stoked to be talking to anyone who wants to watch this, who wants to learn more about media literacy, because it really isn't talked about enough, even though media surrounds us like everywhere. So what I've gathered is that a lot of people don't actually know what media literacy is. I mean, I didn't even hear the term media literacy until like, I want to say like a year or two ago. It seems as if the definition is always constantly changing as well. I mean, the media has changed so much within the past decade, within the past beginning of the century even. I mean, Y2K was such a big thing. Like 21st century media and technology and communications are so much different from 20th century media, technology, and communication. Media literacy even 5-10 years ago is probably completely different from what it is now. I think that's what the biggest problem with media literacy is that this growing rapid movement is just ever evolving. New technologies are always coming up, new mediums are always coming up, and it's like, okay, how do we deal with all this? On a basic level of understanding, just know that media is always going to be around, but is also always growing and changing and expanding in ways that sometimes we never even thought of. That's a really cool thing, but also it comes with the challenge of, okay, what do we do about that then? So media literacy, defined by this really cool organization who basically is one of the big spearheads for the movement of media literacy education, which is the National Association of Media Literacy Education. Duh, you know. Anyway, NAMLE is their acronym. NAMLE's basic definition of media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all forms of communication. In its simplest terms, media literacy builds upon the foundation of traditional literacy and offers new forms of reading and writing. Media literacy empowers people to be critical thinkers and makers, effective communicators, and active citizens. What I've realized too while researching media literacy is that they really put an emphasis on the fact that it's not just being negative about the media, it's not just constantly criticizing the media. It's actively critiquing it, actively analyzing it, actively questioning the kind of media you consume and the kind of media that you create. You know, like, it's easy to just take anything at a surface value, media especially, books, television, film, all that good stuff. But there is so much more to it than that, and the way that media can be manipulated or spread or can just really affect people is a huge thing. It's all very interesting, and I'm just super excited to delve into a lot of these topics that I'm going to be covering. I'm going to be talking about how media literacy can be applied to film and television, how media literacy can be applied to, obviously, like when you read or watch the news, you know, how to buy into like fake news or whatever, using social media, all of these things. There's so much more, like the psychology of how media literacy like affects us, how media can be manipulated to serve a certain message or ideology. Overall, I also do want to do a little piece on how media literacy can be effectively implemented into our school system. There are just so many facets that I am really excited to go into and research and bring to all of you who are here to support me, but also just to learn more about what media literacy is. I'm super excited to take this journey with all of you. I cannot wait to start this YouTube channel. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, so I feel like this is really coming full circle as my senior capstone project, and I am just so stoked to be doing this. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in more, you know, like and subscribe, put some comments, whatever. Anything you want to see, let me know. Can't wait to see what this project has in store for me. Bye!